And it depends on where you choose to go away from your opponent. Almost looks like a mini Shakuras Plateau.
Why don't you take intros as I will go ahead and put up starboard?
Absolutely.
You're the observer now too.
All right, in the bottom left-hand corner of our map, he is the purple Protoss player from the team MYI, My Insanity. It is Abomb.
I'm going to let you do all the intros from now on because that camera control was awesome.
Okay. In the lower right-hand corner, he's the orange Protoss. Fell behind in that last game. Can come back. It is Leles.
Yep. Alright, so this is actually, I would say, slightly smaller than the previous map that we've shown. Not only because it is a two-player map, but the distance between the two bases is a little bit smaller. Aside from that, though, I mean, there aren't really all that many noteworthy characteristics. It's a very macro-oriented map. You have a ridiculous amount of expansions to take, but for PvP, Warp Prism play is really, really common here, from what I've seen, because the insanely large in-base area.
Yeah. I got Mothership rushed with a Warp Gate and 4-Gate. And I scouted it too, and I was thinking, oh man, this guy's definitely going to hit me in the back of my base. It just looks like that type of map.
Yeah.
Leles has actually pointed his probe to go to the dark area back here, so we'll actually see if he's going to plan something tricky, but nothing too tricky going on in his base.
He could try and proxy a pylon. I can imagine that would be a second gateway. The timing on that would be a little bit awkward, but...
This looks a lot like our last map, to be completely honest. The architecture of it. Kind of closer by air.
Yeah, it reminds me of, what, Core Hall Compound? With the same kind of like city, you have the grass there.
I'd have to Google that one.
It was a horrible map, you probably had it vetoed.
I definitely exercise my right to veto maps, but...
Yeah, that's true. Leles does get a scout off, and he is willing to go home at this point. He saw the second gas. I guess that's kind of all he wanted to see. Chrono Boost is a good thing to gain knowledge of it, especially to the third pylon placement. That's always good for a point of reference in case your opponent's proxying any weird tech, additional gateways, stuff like that. Interesting. Alright, so earlier second gas here from Abomb this game. Wonder if we'll see the same pretty passive Mothership Core defense. Getting his additional gates on and then eventually pushing out.
Why fix what's not broken, man?
It's true, man.
Seems like the way to go.
Yeah.
If you know you're better than your opponent, just feel it out from based on what you did last game. I mean, he went for a parry. I mean, I wouldn't say very greedy, but it was just a plain out. I'm going to take this expansion, and you have to stop it. If you don't stop it, I'm going to try to outmacro you. And he did. So, I mean, doing that unchallenged, it feels like if Leles doesn't get aggressive here, he's going to have to either take more bases than Abomb quicker, or do something that he's just completely not expecting.
Definitely. So we do have a single zealot moving across the map here. It will see the probe actually. So the stalker will most likely be in position to try and snipe this. No. Oh, the second stalker is coming out though, which will deny any knowledge of the nexus. Yeah, it does get sniped before it manages to see his opponent's nexus. And the Mothership Core finishes up right now. For who was that for? Abomb?
Well, Abomb's Mothership Core has just been kind of chilling around the map, just kind of floating and looking for pylons, and he didn't find anything, but would have definitely destroyed it if need be.
It's a very it's a very wide map, so I really like the fact that Abomb's being proactive about scouting for potential pylons and not taking any hull damage there on this stalker. Actually, 3 points. Abomb slipping up.
Ever so slightly.
It's actually a big thing to notice. There's only one server right now for Heart of the Swarm, and it is in NA. So all these EU players, not only are they playing at, I don't know, it's getting up there in nighttime, but they're also playing with innate lag, which is something that not all too fond of.
Latency definitely an issue for esports, man.
Yeah.
Gotta fix it. We need Google just to lay fiber down on the entire world.
That would be. I mean, they've they've been debating planting transcontinental fiber cables, but like the cost of it is just insane.
It would cost a lot of money.
Definitely interesting idea though, concept. All right, so
the
let's take
protoss have it figured out, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they are so much more advanced than us mere humans.
This is the same build from Abomb, doing the scout with the Phoenix. Gonna see exactly what Leles is doing. And Leles game has opted for the Robo. Will be going for an observer to do his scouting with. But nicely done from Abomb, seeing everything.
He does actually. Let me see. No, he did not manage to see the 4th gateway and the Twilight Council here. Oh wow.
Huh.
Abomb going for proxy double Stargate. This could be Phoenix, but I'm assuming it will be Oracles. I don't know. We'll see in the near future.
I don't know. Not scouting that 4th gate and the Twilight Council is definitely gonna hurt for Abomb here. Curious to see if we're gonna see a warp gate out of Leles. He is making another observer, and it's rallied to go just right to the front. So maybe expecting DTs or something here. Being very cautious with his build. Abomb being so brash though.
Yeah, I would imagine that we're going to see Leles try and hit with a 2 Immortal Blink timing. And yeah, against this Oracle play, Abomb's going to need to do major damage here if he doesn't really churn out those units.
This is pretty huge too, because Leles is scouting the main with an observer, not seeing the 2 gates. Just seeing exactly what Abomb did last game in his single deviation here, going for those 2 Stargates.
Oh, the Phoenix knows what's up though. Nice scout there by the hallucinated Phoenix. It does see not only the location of the Twilight Council, but also the chrono boost on it. Let's see.
Still making immortals for Leles. Looking at the army supply here, Abomb is way ahead, 40 to 26. Even in probes, he's made 51 probes to the 43 probes of Leles. Leles Observer is still scouting out the main, but that's not where he needs to be.
We do see a switch into Void Rays here from Abomb. Keep in mind they have been changed slightly. The charge is now, I believe, just innate. It's not, you don't have to activate it or anything. You don't have to charge up. But I think they tweaked the damage numbers a little bit on it as well. 6 to 10 versus armored.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, it's visually. I think it looks cooler, but that's just me. Not the unit model, but the attack. And wow, alright. Abomb churning out more and more and more probes. I would imagine we're going to see him take a 3rd base at some point as he is oversaturated. Let's see. And another pretty passive game. Where are the oracles here? Oh, they're still gathering up energy.
Chilling out.
I really like the fact that he's not using them quite yet, because you don't want to reveal it right away, especially considering that he did proxy the Stargates. And his opponent probably feels pretty safe right now. He got a full scout off as an opponent's base. He still has an observer there behind the natural mineral line. So yeah.
Just a matter of time. Still scouting with Phoenix is Abomb.
Yeah.
Leles really isn't making a definitive move here, just gathering up units. No 3rd bases from either player. And that's something we're going to have to feel out with part of the swarm.
Oh, here comes the oracles.
Oh,
already up to 4 kills. Target firing down probes, and off to just get out there instead of take with the Stalker head on.
Second one is going to go down.
Oh, was it in the main?
Yep.
Alright.
Did kill some probes on gas.
We have 10 worker kills so far for Abomb, and that was actually the only 10 workers killed, or only 10 units killed so far this game, aside from that single probe of Leles early on.
But he's amassing Void Rays. He's got 5 right now, 2 more in production. Huge Zealot Immortal Force on the ground. I mean, Leles has Blink Stalkers, though. No upgrades yet. +1 on the way for both players. It's going to be done quicker for Abomb.
Whoa.
I mean, Phoenix or Void Rays against Colossus. I mean,
best new observer feature ever. Highlight one of the like productions in the tab, and click on it.
Wait.
Just hover over charge and click on the icon.
Oh, you can see.
Yeah, that is awesome. Alright, so we do see Leles taking a delayed third, as opposed to his opponents that is nearing completion, already has a cannon up there as well. And Abomb right now is sitting on a 31 supply lead. So we should see him push out sometime soon. I guess he's waiting for +3.
The Void Rays were spotted by Leles, and Abomb's Oracle did move into the natural and be killed. So that's going to be done.
That's a lot of Void Rays.
Yeah. A lot of Void Rays. 8. Another one on the way. Dark Shrine on the way for Abomb as well.
Hmm.
He went right into his +2.
I'm interested to see how this engagement works. He doesn't have all that many charge lots, but if he engages in Leles' choke... Oh, I guess he's going for the third base. That's what he was kind of waiting for.
I think he can move to the middle. I don't know if he actually wants to go any farther, though. But yeah, taking that fourth base, that's a big move here, because Leles is definitely behind if we look at the army supply here. Well, not the army supply, but the worker supply. That tells the story right now. 74 probes to 48 probes.
We do actually have a mothership core as well, or a fleet beacon, as well as a dark shrine on the way here from Abomb. So yeah, what you said earlier, dark shrine is currently 100 less. It's only 150, 150.
You do need the fleet beacon to make the Tempest now, and that does look like the weapon of choice for Abomb.
It would make sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But look at that Stargate options now. You get 5 options at the Stargate. It's good to be Protoss.
This is something that we've seen White Rod do quite a fair amount on stream. Just this Sky Toss, supported by Immortals and a couple Charge Zealots.
I know Grubby's a huge fan of this playstyle as well. But at this point, Abomb's just going to be taking more bases than Leles, and it's not going to matter as long as he's got the better composition. And with the Tempest, I don't think that the Blink Stalkers can necessarily do too much against them, especially if they're going to have Charge Zealots crashing up against them. But Abomb may want to look to increase his Zealot count just ever so slightly, perhaps. He's got a couple of Zealots running up at the top of the map here, but they aren't being too effective.
Wow, keep in mind that we do have a nearly 20 supply lead for Abomb, but 30 of that is in workers. So army sizes are actually quite equal at this point.
Leles taking the lead.
Yeah.
The composition is really what this is going to come down to. Can the Blink Stalkers get on those Void Rays? Nice use of the landscape there from Abomb to get away.
Yeah. Using this untargetable building.
But he's got the four bases, Panda, and he's just starting to pay attention to that fourth base. Hasn't been saturated yet, but if he can get that saturated before this engagement, he'll be in a good spot.
It's a lot of Colossi here, so the ground army will be quite vulnerable.
On the Void Rays are in charge mode. Doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, the Void Rays are just destroying everything.
Underneath the ground army, though, for Abomb is kind of thin. The Immortals are going over, but Leles is just going to GG.
Holy crap. That was one-sided. Alright.